You are listening to SheKings with Erica and Allie. This is a podcast for peasants who don't want to live shitty lives. Every week we share insights on how to stop living out of habit and start living out of inspiration. So let's do this.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, beautiful people.
I am actually sitting in the sun today, so if that throws you off, that's why. And it's not snowing.
Listen, it's March. It's time for things to be different.
Yeah, it's still going to be the same. But regardless of the weather, welcome to SheKings, everyone. And at SheKings, we bring clarity to overused spiritual buzzwords and little-known spiritual concepts so that you can live a life with more freedom and ease. Erica, what episode is this?
This is episode 15
Yes.
of season 2, overall, number 35. We've done 35 movies, Allie.
We have talked a lot.
We have, to our own personal great joy and amusement.
Yes, absolutely. So you have not been feeling well and the little one's sick. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling like we're pressed for time because the little one is heading home in just a few minutes because she's being kicked out of school because she's not feeling well for the day. But no, we've all been under the weather for almost a week now, and we're going to Portugal at the end of the week. So yeah, when this episode airs, we will be on a plane flying there, and hopefully people will not assume that we have coronavirus and try to stay away from us because we are struggling through life, but we don't have coronavirus as it goes.
And that brings us to our I'm doing good. This is my highlight, seriously, for my world is I'm watching the mail for my perfume to come in that I ordered. That's it.
Oh yeah, you told me. Ellie has this awesome new perfume that she was putting off buying. She was being super whack, but
I have to find the perfect one. I can't be going around smelling all crazy and strong and stuff. So the one that I found in India when we first met in India, they discontinued it. Like I would order it from a place in India, like since 2011. Then all of a sudden they're just like, nope, sorry. We're done.
The universe wants you to, you're going to attract a whole new scent of people. And so you just watch what happens when you get this new one.
And I'm going to add that to the universe is laughing at you. So I put everything into that scent and it took it away. So now I have to literally reinvent my scent. So we'll just toss that in. The universe is laughing at you.
Boom.
Done and done.
Done and done. The universe is laughing at you, but it also has your back because it led you to this new $1 million perfume, this $1 million scent.
I know. And it might be the thing that just catapults me to the next level. So
boom.
Yep. It's laughing at my sorrow. The other one being discontinued.
It wants you to get over it.
It totally does. And so that leads us right into our topic because I don't think you're being very empathetic with
me. Yeah, about empathy. No, so today we are talking about what it means to be empathetic. And it's actually a question from a listener who was saying that she had been picking up other people's stuff and she really feels other people's emotions very deeply. And she's wondering, what does it mean to be an empath, to be empathetic, and what we SheKings have to say about it. And this is another one where Allie and I tried to bring her to my side in the prep for this. I don't know how far I got, but Allie and I fall a little bit differently on what it is to be an empath. What do you think about it?
I think you did bring me to your side after talking with
Yes.
you, and but
Yes.
we clarified it, and I'll bring it up when we get to that
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Okay.
So my thought on being an empath is, so if we all have our own universe and we all feel our own feelings, it's when you say, oh my God, I feel your pain, or I feel your sorrow, or I feel your anxiety, or whatever it is. If we look at it from a quantum physics point of view, like that's impossible, because if somebody is sad, there's different layers and frequencies of sadness. So then which frequency of sadness? So it's projection. Like we feel it. Even if somebody feels heavy, right? Even if somebody feels angry, we add that story, we add that quality to them, to the emotion,
Right.
for the most part. And I will say that you opened my eyes when you were sharing your experience on how you feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. Like, I completely agree with what you're saying about adding something on, but I like to give the example that everybody is an empath. Like, everyone can feel those vibrations. And I use a couple of examples to make this point. Now, what you make of it is another thing. Like, if you want to add on to it and tell a story about it, maybe, maybe not. But um, the examples I use, one is being in a club, right? And everybody has like been in a club, and clubs are usually these like very open places, and so you can see people maybe entering or exiting or whatever. And there are times when you can look at a person and like, not even look, you can feel a person and you're like, this person, like something about this person says, watch him. He's the life of the party. Like, it's about to be a ball up in his face. And everybody can remember a time where you saw that person and you're like, oh my gosh, this is about to be like hilarious. Or also a person, you feel their energy and you're like, I'm gonna be clear across the room on this one. And that's not projecting anything. It's just like, it's a no for me. Like, whatever is going on with this person. Like, if there's gonna be problems in this club or in this bar, maybe it'll be in this area. And you can be absolutely wrong, but something about the feeling, the energy, um, you felt something. Another example is from a client from a while ago who talked about walking into a conference room, and she was there for like a surprise party or whatever, and for one of the people who was in the conference room, but she walked in and she was like, oh, like everybody she walked in with was like, immediately the wind was taken out of their little happy birthday whatever, because they walked in and like they could feel. Or my girlfriend the other day, she like, I was on the phone with her as she like walked into her office and she was like, ooh, feels like somebody got fired in here. I gotta call you back. So she didn't see anybody. She didn't like, it was just, and so this is this is why I say that everyone is an empath. Everyone can feel the energies of
Right.
whatever is going on. And so my own personal story is that I was in living on the island. I was living on St. Martin, and I was in a very popular area. And it was when this being an empath thing came to a head. I had already been really tired of getting other people's energies. And on this particular day, I was in public. There were so many people around, and literally, as people passed, I was like picking up their stuff, right? And I could feel, what felt to me to be grief, to be this, to be that, to be, and I was going crazy. I was really, I wanted it to stop. And at that time, I was teaching yoga, and one of my students who came back every year, she didn't live on the island, but she visited the island. I was telling her, like, this is what's happening to me. And I didn't even know the word empath at that time. And she said, oh, you're an empath. And she was like, and I do an energy healing that is just absolutely perfect for you. And so she got on her schedule. She came to my house. She did this healing, this clearing, this aura repair. And, you know, we can all say, ha ha ha, that's completely ridiculous. When I tell you, when she got finished, I felt my own energy and I knew it to be home. And I was like, oh my God. And I just felt so much relief. And what was beautiful about that is that after that, I had another Reiki session with a friend, and it just kind of really got me so back again to myself. And so it really set this sort of zero for me. I'm like, this is Erica. Like, this is my vibration. And from there, as my clients came or as individuals came, non-clients, I was able to identify new energy, not mine. I didn't have to do anything with it. I didn't have to make a story about it. It was, what it did for me is it stopped me from being like, wait, am I anxious? You know, because this energy might be completely normal to that person. But in my body, it feels like fucking anxiety. And I am like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? Am I sad? And that's the thing about being an empath. When you don't know about it, you don't know how to work with it, you constantly think that you are going through all these emotional changes. Like, and if you're like me, where I'm super sensitive, you're like picking them up like by the fucking second. You're just like up, down, left, right. And it can be really, really, really overwhelming, but it can also be quite beautiful. So that's my story.
And you're sticking with it.
And I'm sticking to it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
No, and so when you shared that with me, I was like, okay, so that's where you brought me over to your side was, yeah, you can feel it, but you don't have to attach a story to it. So I would like to consider my gift as I don't attach a story. I just literally just like close it down, right? I'll either walk away or I'll just avoid, but I can't say what it is. I can't say like, ooh, they have horrible energy. It's just something that's just like, it just locks it down. But,
close that energy off.
My daughters call it my bitch wall, but whatever. Whatever. Call it what you want. So, yeah.
For me, it actually, I find it so helpful, especially with the work that I do, because I'm able to help my clients tap into how they're feeling. And what they're experiencing. So I don't tell them you feel anxious. I tell them I feel, and I tell them exactly the vibration, the energetic showing up of their energy in me. Like, this is what I'm feeling.
Right.
Hold on.
The baby's home. So it's interesting with mine. It is, I totally ask the body, like, what is happening? Like, what is going on? And then I just clear the emotions. So I don't feel it. I just ask, like, this is what's going on. Is this what's going on? And can I clear it? So it's just different foreign to me for people to say, like, I can literally feel your sorrow, or I can feel this. Cause I was like, I mean, like, on what level is the sorrow? Right. It could be because people put on so many different fronts, even on the energy. Like, some people get so good at it where they're fearful, but it's coming across as, I don't know, anxious, but it's just fear of being rejected. So people have that capacity to shift the energy, and it just becomes their natural. And we pick it up differently, or we attach our story to it and we say, this is what it is, when it may or may not be that. So that's a huge thing with, if you say I am an empath, not to take on people's energies by attaching a story to it. So that's like the highly sensitive people. That's been a huge buzzword. And it's just understanding this is who I am. And so that's not mine. And stick with it. Don't add a story to it.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think that where it becomes difficult, and this is something that you and I talked about, is when you're in that place, when you're sort of labeling it, I'm an empath or I'm a highly sensitive person, and then you are not doing anything to sort of find some stability in it, if it is becoming overwhelming like it was for me. and instead going the route of, well, I'm a highly sensitive person, so I can't leave the house.
Yeah.
I'm a highly sensitive person, so I can hold down a job. I'm a highly sensitive person because, and then we have this whole sort of litany of things that now can't be done, all these limitations in our lives because we feel overwhelmed with other people's emotions. And I think, it's also worthwhile to note, um, when I got cleared and I got back to my own energy, that didn't mean that I didn't experience anxiety, before everything was clear. Like, some of that anxiety was probably mine. You know what I mean?
Right.
Before I got clear, some of that anxiety, some of that, sorrow or whatever was my own stuff. But I literally was just kind of in a big mix of not knowing what was going on. And so I think one of the things to note is that if you do have this experience of picking up other people's energy, whatever you call it, don't let that be a reason to restrict your involvement in society. And also don't let it be a badge, right? Like, oh, I'm an empath. It's like, oh, I'm a highly sensitive person, so blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, like I said, everybody can feel that dude's energy with a bad attitude when he gets in the club. Everyone's an empath. Absolutely everybody.
And don't let it be your reason of why you get sucked into drama.
Praise the Lord.
Because and I've noticed that a lot too, where you're going about your day and then you create this story about someone's energy. Like, I can feel it. And then that's your whole rest of your day. It's like, it's not yours. You attach the story to it. So, like, let it go. So our advice for you is, again, don't attach to it or create a story around it. You just notice it. I am noticing anger. I am noticing this. For me, it's just a low vibrating energy. I'm just noticing it, right?
Yep.
Build up your own knowing of yourself, because if you are so easily swayed by other people's energy, then yours isn't strong. Then you are not solid in who you are and what you feel like, not your personality or anything like that, but literally what you feel like. So get help. The next one is get help. Don't let it be an excuse to why you're not functioning, like Erica said earlier. And then other people's energy. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's so many ways to get help. I chose to go the energy route, and I highly recommend that, because just the nature of being an HSP, a highly sensitive person, or an empath, is you are picking up other people's energy. And so if that is your experience, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you go to someone who knows how to clear energy, who knows how to who's involved in some sort of energy healing, because it was extremely, extremely, extremely grounding for me to understand, like, this is my natural vibrating frequency. And in many ways I say that and it kind of doesn't make sense, but it was just like, like Ali said, and I'm not a quantum person. What is it? Quantum physics. I'm not a quantum physics person, but there's this bubble around you. Like, I got to know my bubble. I'm like, this is my bubble. And so go to an energy healer. Call me or Ali. Again, you know how to contact us. Look in the show notes below, because this is also some work that we do. Contact somebody if you are not, if you want somebody in person, who's in your area, who can help you with this.
Yeah. And that is actually our homework for the people, is go get some energy clearing.
Yeah.
And you can do it too. Like, seriously, sit in the sun.
Yeah.
You can make a nice saltwater bath, and that's your intention, is to clear what isn't yours. You can do some automatic writing to get it out of your body. You can do some tapping Like all of these things are wonderful ways to clear things that aren't yours. You don't need to know what it is. You don't need to pinpoint it. You don't need to name it. It can just simply be, this isn't serving me. Like clear out this feeling that isn't serving me. And if it's still lingering around, then it might be yours. It may need to be dealt with. So that is our advice and our homework. And then Erica, you made a good point too, to start observing your own energy in the morning or right before interacting with somebody. Because I promise you that there is stories popping in your head like so fast, which the thought triggers emotion like so quickly. And so, and if you're not mindful of this is how I feel, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm feeling their bad vibes. It's like, I mean, that could have been your bad vibes because you had a story about that person the minute you saw them. So, I mean, it's work. It's a process until you get it down. Like, this is what's going on. So be kind and patient with yourself and know that, yeah, everybody is an empath. And again, you're not special.
And most important,
and most importantly,
not special. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I think that, you know, just one more thing I wanted to add to also kind of the joke of you're not special, everyone's special, but the joke of you're not special is there is sort of a skepticism that comes with things you feel, but you know, they cannot see. So this highly sensitive person thing, this empath thing, you're well served to, you know, actually take the time to figure out what is the work that you want to do to get clear. You're well served to check on what your vibration is when you get up in the morning before you interact with a person. You're well served to look at your vibrational shifts when you're up overnight or in some sort of worry cycle, because you'll notice even then the mind is so insane how quickly snap your mind goes from happy to sad to rageful to, and so just getting an understanding. I think that the bottom line of this is know yourself. Know your own energy patterns before you toss on the label. And if you need help knowing your own energy patterns, get the freaking help.
Agreed. So that's our show. That is our show for this morning. And Erica, where can the people find you?
Well, if anybody needs any breast milk, if you're watching on YouTube, then you will see that my sick little one has come home and she's in the mix. But you folks can find me at ericadanielle.com. You can email me from there. You can get on my schedule from there. And you can get access to my social media, which is still quite
it's in hibernation.
Quiet right now. What about you?
And you can find me at Allie Duncan Be Seen on all the things, Instagram and Facebook. And I have a fun announcement that I will be starting my another podcast, and it's called Finding Urban Sanctuary. So it's going to be based kind of around the studio, about the studio, but it's going to be teachings of A, and you put the label in whatever it is. And so I'll just be giving some short little 15 minutes, if even that, like maybe even shorter little lessons for you to tune into. So you don't want to miss our next recording. We're going to be talking about giving and receiving based on the oldest practice in the world, in the universe, which is Tantra. So I'm excited about this topic. Both Eric and I have had some amazing experiences with practicing Tantra. So that is going to be our next episode. So make sure that you tune into that one. It's going to be fun. So thanks for tuning in, you guys, and enjoy the rest of your day. And we will be in connection shortly.
Holla.
Bye.